Up is presented by Freestyle Libre. The regular Monday crowd has shuffled in. We are overwhelmed with wild card madness from the weekend. Shefty's phone, I don't think he's put it down for 3 seconds. Who knows what might be going on here. Let's go to Philadelphia yesterday. That's where it begins, the Niners and the Eagles, as Philly begins the postseason portion of its title defense. Brock Purdy and company up against Jalen Hurts and the crew. Picked this up in the second quarter. Eagles up 7-6. This is a 4th and 2, Dan. Dallas Goedert had scored the first touchdown, and this is a nice play.
Yeah, improvisation. Jalen Hurts, he sent Goddard to the flat. It's not there. He reverts back inside. Touchdown. The Eagles offense actually had a decent start to this game with 2 scoring drives.
Dan, here, no matter who you're rooting for, was the worst moment of the day. D-Wood, we see what happens. George Kittle, one of the best and most popular players in the sport.
Just a huge loss for the 49ers. What George Kittle means not only in the passing game, but the running game, to me, is where the impact will be felt the most for the 49ers.
Devastating. It's a torn Achilles. It'll be a while before we see him. Okay, now we go all the way to the first play of the fourth quarter with the Niners down 16-10. And Dan, this is special stuff.
Remarkable call by Kyle Shanahan coming out of the quarter. Excited to break it down because there's tea leaves that he leaves before that actual play call of when and the why. The jet sweep reverse. Jennings takes an absolute shot throwing that football.
They threw a flag.
Good throw. Ridiculous catch by Christian McCaffrey.
Jennings was a 4-star quarterback coming out of high school, I'll remind you, and the 49ers take a 17-16 lead. So now we can't make a mistake if we're Brock Purdy and we make a mistake.
Quinyon Mitchell was great yesterday. He's been great these playoffs, really. In 2 interceptions, he undercuts the crosser, gives Philly's offense some life.
Eagles kick a field goal. They're up 19-17. And then, Rex, if you're the 49ers, you have only one place to go, and that's to Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, and everybody in the ballpark knows it's coming. You still can't stop it.
And they went to him, and they went to him.
How many different ways can you get him the football? You throw him the screen, now you hand it off tackle to him, and then the touchdown pass that kind of gives them that big lead was a ridiculous route concept. Starts to the right, goes to the left, comes back on an angle into the middle of the field. Basically impossible to cover.
Touchdown, yes. Extra point, no good. 23-19. Now, Eagles driving for their season. This is 4th and 5 season on the line. They're going to Goddard.
Yeah, I love the fact that they get in so many creative formations and motions. I'm being facetious.
Yes,
Goddard wins on a crosser there. But the thing is, they just kept running the same play over and over again. This is an okay throw, very challenging catch to Devontae Smith. I'd love to see him make it. He's good enough, but that throw's a little too high.
So that was on 3rd and 11. So now it's 4th and 11. And now the Eagles, not a lot of urgency. They have their 3 timeouts. They need to keep those 3 timeouts so that if they don't convert the 4th down, the game isn't over. But they're not going to get it snapped.
It's a horrible timeout because if you don't get it, you don't have the opportunity to stop the clock and get it back.
And look at Jalen Hurts.
He's like, wait, you guys want to run the same play we've already run twice? They line up in 2x2, 2 to the right, 2 left. They don't motion, and they run 4 people straight down the field.
Rex is shaking his head. You don't like the play at all.
No, I hate it right there. It's so easy to defend.
Take him one more look.
They run that play twice already on that drive. They started the drive with that same play out of that same formation.
Robert Saleh can celebrate the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. The title defense for Saquon and company is over. The Niners somehow losing everyone they've lost, including Kittle in the game, go into Philly and knock out the champs 23-19. Jalen Hurts yesterday, emblematic of how the Eagles played all season long. First 3 drives, he was great. Final 7 drives, Hurts 9 of 21, averaging just 3.6 yards per attempt. And after the game, he and his coach were reflective.
Having everything in front of us, it was about winning. And that's something that we didn't collectively do. And that starts with me. So I take it very personally on that.
You got to use this adversity to shape you, and that's for everybody in that locker room. Myself, the coaches, the players. Let the pain shape you to what you want to be, and we'll use this like we used it at the end of 22, 23. Because all that was necessary for 24, and, we'll see what the future holds.
That really does seem like the first place to start the conversation, the future for Philadelphia. D. Wood, what's our pronouncement this morning?
Major changes that's coming on the offensive side of the ball for the Philadelphia Eagles. And we've talked about all season long as it relates to them, the lack of identity on that side of the ball. Remember in their Super Bowl year, everything was just really based out of Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts in the run game. They had none of that this year, none of that. And I'll also say, as a part of that, is the regression of so many people on that side of the ball. Whether you're talking about Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, the offensive line, all those guys regressed a part of, across the board. And a lot is, I point to coaching. Yep. Rex, you know this as well as anyone sitting at this table. Coaching matters more so in the National Football League than anything. And I'll go to a direct correlation to Kellen Moore, the now head coach with the New Orleans Saints. Look at how the New Orleans Saints, especially the last 4 or 5 of the weeks, finished. They finished on a 4-game winning streak with a rookie quarterback in Tyler Shuck. That offense and that team was humming. Now, juxtapose that to what we saw from the Philadelphia Eagles offensively. This team has been a mess, and they're going to need to find a new offensive coordinator for 2026.
Let me get Schefter in on the conversation, because I think that's where a lot of people will point to. They'll say, what changes should we be expecting? We didn't show it in the highlight, but A.J. Brown had some terrible drops in this game for all of the ups and downs and all the things that have been said in the cryptic messages and all that stuff, including the third down play that sets up, this is the one here. They bail him out by converting on the 4th down, but this is a critical play here. So you got the A.J. Brown of it all, you have the Kevin Patullo of it all. What are we thinking about Schefter?
I think we start with the assistant coaches on the offensive side of the football. I think when you speak to people around the league, they expect there to be mass changes there to jumpstart the offense. So you're looking at a new offensive coordinator next year. That's the expectation there across the league. And then we'll see how they decide to handle the roster. We heard at the trade deadline, A.J. Brown wanted to be traded, didn't want to be traded. His name came up. It didn't come up. I would think with an entire offseason, with the year they're coming off of, that'll be another name that comes up as a potential trade candidate this offseason. We could think of any number of homes. I think there was a coach who had him in Tennessee who probably would like to have him again in New England. That would be a logical conclusion to draw. But they're going to go through some changes. I think it starts with the coaching staff in Philadelphia on the offense side of football. Question is how soon those changes are going to happen. Is it today? Is it tomorrow?
Yesterday? That was a total embarrassment from Philly offensively. And we all saw it coming. We've talked about it all season long. The fact that they didn't see it coming is concerning. And I understand, yes, there's going to be changes, but Howie Roseman, their general manager, has got to be sitting back and go, wait. This is a roster that I put together that should no question have contended for another Super Bowl. And I understand, like, everyone took their turn yesterday not making some plays. AJ didn't make a play on any ball down the field. Devontae has the drop late. Their offensive line got beat on a consistent basis. And Woody's point, the regression, that's probably the thing that is the most concerning element. This offensive line never regresses in Philly. Ever. None of their guys played at a good level this year. And you've watched Jalen Hurts be a guy that will not throw the ball at the middle field. I mean, every single ball that he throws and completes is 8 yards to the sideline. And the thing that has to be the greatest concern is we have talked about all of these issues for literally every single week this year. Every single week. If we're all seeing it and we're not getting paid to see it at that level, how come not only their offensive staff didn't see it and or adjust, but the head coach didn't see it and or adjust? That's got to be something that
and the head coach has that knowledge too. I mean, that's why they hired him. That's got to be talked about as well. That we all saw this embarrassing performance coming, and it still happened, and it was allowed to happen.
Yeah, so what you're saying is it's impossible that they don't recognize the problems. It means they were unable to fix it,
or
right?
Unable to from their vantage point, or their belief that they're unable to from the player standpoint.
Rex, that offense, do you tell me exactly?
Well, first off, I mean, this would be the easiest offense in the league to defend.
Tell me why.
Well, because number one, they're void of basically the inside of the field. All right, he is 3 of 6 throwing the ball inside the numbers. This is crazy. And for a shorter quarterback, I get it. I've had shorter quarterbacks. It's sometimes tough there. But this has been a whole season of that. They don't challenge you, formationally. They don't challenge you with motions. They never get you in a compromising position from a defense standpoint. I feel like I can stand out there for 2 weeks and they not score. All right, and look, yes, the offensive line regressed. The wideouts regressed. The tight end, okay, he never did. but the quarterback
only one who
certainly
didn't.
regressed. Absolutely. And so to me, first thing you think of is coaching, because coaching, you want to see improvement by players. We never saw it. Not at one time. And the thing that I got to say, look, I like Nick Sirianni. Okay, I like it. I mean, he's not for everybody, but I like him. The thing that he has to do is open himself up a little bit, though. He can't be naive and say, number one, he has to make changes at his offensive corner, but other coaches as well. They need new ideas, and he's got to be open to the new ideas, or they're not going to run it. But this quarterback, this is an outstanding quarterback, and it's funny to me, people are pointing at, oh, it's Jalen Hurts. Maybe he's not a real NFL quarterback. The hell he's not. Okay, this guy's got tons of ability. He's got halfback skills, and he's got a great arm and things. But we've got to be giving him easy passes. Give me an easy pass. He never gets one. They're not creative. You got a great receiver, okay, in A.J. Brown.
Two great receivers.
Or whatever. Two great receivers, and we can't scheme anybody open. What happened to we see like Christian McCaffrey? Everybody in the ballpark knows he's getting it. They still get him the dang football over 100
I mean, the
receptions.
contrast of coaching schematically is
ridiculous.
Greeny, you asked why are they so difficult or so easy to defend?
Yeah.
If you just go to the final drive of the game, you can see it, the reasoning why. They run 10 plays on that final drive. 4 different times, they run a play that they have already run in that drive out of the same formation. So just a carbon copy. They ran 4 verts. They ran what we call mesh versus zone. They ran spot, which is like a back to the flat and Devontae right there. And then they ran double slants. So 8 out of the 10 plays are basically the same thing.
How sophisticated are those plays?
It's high school.
Yeah.
It's high school. It's not a serious offense. Yeah. That's the best way to describe it. It's an unserious NFL offense.
Dano, you said they run that mesh concept. Versus zone.
Versus zone.
That's a man concept.
Correct.
Like, what are we doing? I can't tell you the last time I saw San Francisco play
plays.
man.
You're just calling.
Right?
You
they don't know what the hell they're doing.
You saw the play work in Madden, and you're like, cool, I'll call it. I'm being serious.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's a high school scheme.
So the question is, where do they go from here? We'll have time to answer that.